What do you do if your chickens get wet? That was a question I had the last couple days because my chickens were getting soaked from the rain. It was windy enough that their shaded hidey spot was not really protecting them because the wind was coming in from the side. So when they went into the coop, they were wet. The good news is it's hot, it's summertime, not too much to be concerned about. If it was winter though, I would be a little more concerned. So here are a couple things to keep in mind. One, you want to make sure wherever they're going to sleep at night, wherever they're roosting, is dry. If for some reason their roost is dry and they can't even like get to dry land space, that's a problem because they cannot be wet and sitting in wet indefinitely. So make sure they have a dry place to sleep and roost. The second thing to consider is what the temperature is like outside. Yesterday when my chickens were really wet, it was still 70, low of 70, so I wasn't concerned about them getting cold and like freezing to death or something. However, if it would have gotten down to 50 or 40 or something like that, then I would have been concerned and I probably would have wanted to move them in somewhere that had a little bit more insulation, a little bit more heat, or had a heat plate or heat lamp, something that would have let them get under and try to dry off and warm up a little bit more. Something to keep in mind with that though is that chickens cannot regulate their temperature very fast like we can. So you wouldn't want to take them from somewhere that was 30 degrees and put them in somewhere that's 70 degrees because that's too big of a gap, too much of a switch. Instead, if they were chilly, I would want to move them in somewhere that was maybe 40, 45 degrees that would stay that temperature, so it would stay warmer, and maybe they have access to a heat pad or a heat lamp, or you blow dry them or dry them off a little bit beforehand. That would be better than just throwing them in somewhere that's hot that they haven't been used to for weeks or months, whatever it's been, because it's been so cold. So moving them somewhere warmer, if it's cold, is an option. Just make sure you do it gradually, slowly, carefully. And then just remember that chickens are pretty hardy, and a day or two of a lot of rain is not going to kill them. They might feel a little bit like, but when the sun comes out, things dry up. You're keeping an eye on them and being careful of them and not just like letting them live in the mud forever. They will be okay.